Hello, Education 1030 students. I hope everyone had a great week last week. So last week we did two chapters. We worked on chapter 9 and 10. This week we are going to only be working on one chapter. So you are going to be working on chapter 11. So chapter 11 is all about your health. And when we say health, we're thinking about maintaining wellness. Wellness is not only the physical part, but it's also the mental part. So we're really going to look at your relationships and how you maintain wellness. And I do want to warn you, this chapter can talk about some things that, might be a little bit difficult for some. For instance, some of the things we talk about is alcohol abuse, cyberbullying, sexual assault. So there are some topics that can make some people uncomfortable, so I just wanted to forewarn you. So this chapter really is talking about managing stress, your eating habits, your exercise, your emotional health as well. So it's a really heavy content focused chapter where we're going to be diving into things that, like I said, might make you uncomfortable, and I just wanted you to be aware of that. Well, this chapter is important because these are things that you're going to maybe have in your life or that you've had, but it's also really looking at how these things affect your relationships, which is important, and how during this time when you're balancing everything and you've got a lot going on in your life, it can be stressful. So how are we really working through that? We look at the spiritual aspect, the mental state, and also the physical well-being, and all of those things combined make up what we call wellness. So we want to make sure that we have a well-balanced trifecta going on. So you're going to be reading chapter 11 in your textbook. Of course, I always have the PowerPoint slides that go perfectly along with the chapter, so make sure that you always go through those. You also have your reading organizers. Now remember, you do not turn these in to Dropbox. There's not a place for them. When we do our final exam, you will email those to me like you did the other two exams that we had, and that can give you bonus points, okay? So you do have that there for you. Take advantage of this because this reading organizer really picks out the most important parts of the chapter. It's almost a study tool, if you will, so it's going to help you not only on the quiz, but it also helps you with the exam. So take advantage of that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about that I have to kind of help you, now it's not a graded activity, but it's to kind of give you a deeper understanding and connection to how you understand wellness, okay? So it kind of helps you. So we have what we call a wellness quiz. Now, you will not be graded. This does not get submitted. This is just for your own use. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this short quiz. There are 8 questions. And what you're going to do is you're going to read each question and you're going to answer it. Now, as you're answering the questions, I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5, right? So 1 being never and 5 being always. So how would you answer? Number 1, are you able to manage your stress successfully? 1 being never, 5 being always. So you're going to rate each question. And then at the bottom is where you're going to score or tally up. So you're going to mark all the areas and count up the ones that you marked as 4 or 5. And then you're going to look specifically at the ones where you marked 1 and 2, and you're going to add those up. And what that does is it gives you a better understanding of your wellness and where you are, right? So we talked about wellness being lots of things. It's your mental aspect, it's also your physical, right? So we're looking at all of these different topics in the chapter. So I always encourage you to read the chapter and then understand it a little bit further about where you are by taking this quiz. And again, you won't submit it. It's just for your knowledge. The other resources that I have given you are the 2 videos. I feel like this is really good because I feel like some of you are feeling a little bit of burnout right now and you're just trying to make it to the end of the semester. So I feel this video is perfect for you right now. It's called Dealing with Burnout. It's a good one for college students because this is something that could be a reality for you, especially when you're stressed and you're overwhelmed and you have a lot going on and you're trying to juggle too many things at once, right? Maybe you're not doing as good in some of your classes as you would like, or you have too much on your plate. So maybe you haven't learned time management skills yet. So these things start to get to you. So this video, I feel like, is going to really open your eyes and help you a little bit. And then the other video really is talking about that physical aspect of wellness. So why is physical activity good for you? What happens when you start exercising? So those are two videos that I added for you to kind of connect to our content a little bit deeper. Now, what are you going to be assessed on this week? So you have your Chapter 11 quiz that you will take, but you also have a wellness worksheet. Now remember, you won't be turning in that quiz, but hopefully you took it. And what that's going to allow you to do is to kind of know where you are and gauge how your wellness is. And that is going to help you kind of even be able to answer this worksheet a little bit easier. So one of the things I wanted to note on this assignment is it says to complete the assignment by providing thorough text-based responses, meaning you're going to use your textbook to be able to answer these questions. Okay, so they're really divided into three different areas. The first one is talking about the physical aspects. What would make you healthier? So what kind of changes would you need to make? Now, our textbook talks about how to improve your performance in college and how food is connected, how exercise can help you. So this area specifically for one has 2 questions in it, so make sure that you answer both of them. The second question, the second prompt, has 3 questions. And this is the section talking about your stress, right? And the textbook goes into this about how we can help manage our stress a little bit better and what are some strategies you can use to help alleviate some of that. Now remember, if you look, it says in the third part of C, list the strategies you apply in reducing the stress. It's not going to go away completely, so you have to realize that, first of all, and second of all, what are some strategies that can help you reduce it a little bit. And then the third section is really talking about the relationship part, right? The support network. So this area in the book is specifically talking about relationships, but also support network and how important that is when you're going through this transition, which this is your first semester in college. So you have 2 sections inside that prompt to answer. And make sure that you do refer back to the textbook, because that is what we mean when we say text-based responses. Now, you do not have to cite. I'm not asking for APA citations, but I am asking you to use the textbook to answer these questions. All right, and that pretty much covers all of Chapter 11. It opens Friday, November the 15th, and this will be due Thursday, November 21st at 11:30. So please make sure you get that in. I also wanted to remind you that since we are in our 3rd unit, we only have 1 more chapter to go. So this means that I wanted to put on your radar to complete that very last video reflection for exploring the field. And I also wanted you to continue working on your presentation, your PowerPoint presentation for exploring the field project, because you will be having to submit those. So I just wanted to put that on your radar, make sure that you are working on both of those. Your exam, I will be sending something out about that, about our exam and the dates for final exam. Your final exam is not going to be over everything. It's only going to be over the last unit, so it'll be like a unit exam. And then I'm also going to be talking to you next week's video about the exploring the field presentation. So we'll get into that a little bit more, but I want you to continue working on that. All right, I hope everyone has a great week. Please reach out should you have any questions. Until next time, take care.